why is it like when a woman is in trouble like that, why don't they say something? Yeah.
Because we don't want to fail, honey. We don't. We want to lead with the example of being strong and being able to like.
Does it have anything to do with like you don't want people to know that you chose a bad man, that you're with a bad man?
No, because like, it's not. I honestly, and I can't speak for Sam or anybody else, but for me, because I will say my husband didn't physically abuse me, but I was mentally.
Yeah, it's the same shit.
Where I had to
sometimes
adjust.
they say that's even worse.
And it really is. I had to adjust mentally real quick. And as
you guys need to tell each other as close as you guys are.
You know, because for a long time she was.
They wanted she's your best friend. You don't think she's gonna like?
They wanted the perception to look like we're doing good. We have a good marriage.
So you have to understand, like, I had a beautiful wedding.
Gorgeous.
I had all my girlfriends who.
Gorgeous wedding.
I was, you know, we grew up together. We're not from the same fucking, you know.
But this just has to do like not looking like a failure.
No, it's not a failure. It's more of like I have to keep that, you know, that
persona,
that. Yes, but I don't want to be that next story of like.
Another statistic.
I don't want to depress you. You know what I'm saying too? It's like I want to uplift you, and I want you to look forward to what's beautiful in life. My choice, who I married, might have not been but he was for a good moment, a good pick for me. Because even though he wasn't like the dude who I'm gonna probably be buried next to when I die, but I will say he saved me when I needed him the most.
Okay.
Because I was going through it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was recovering.
So you would say like that part in your life was needed, basically.
And it was.
Okay.
And so those are moments that, again, I won't take that away by shunning my marriage or my wedding or my celebration of my next chapter in life.
So
because
even though the marriage was failing and damaging, it still was healing you at the same time.
It was, honey. And I didn't understand that until after I had my daughter. And this was after having my daughter and literally, like, after having my daughter, dude, I was faced with financial issues, almost losing my home. I had to declare bankruptcy 3 years after my baby was born. You know what I'm saying? So I had to roll into that fucking role. Like, there was no staying at home wife. I tried it for 6 months. It didn't work. Okay. But I did it because I was, I was expecting my baby. So I was like, I'm just married. We're good. Our home is solid. Our foundation ain't going anywhere. We're not going to float away anywhere soon. But let me try it. But I don't want to just fucking throw in the towel and then tell the next generation, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't, because I don't want them to lose hope, which is why my daughter's name is Hope, because I never gave up on that shit. Even in my darkest moments, you might see me fucking here shining and bright with jewelry on. Fuck that shit. I will tell you right now, hope is everything, which is why my daughter today has that name, because I never gave up. Okay. And in my darkest moments, I still fucking kept my head above water.
Okay. I just had to ask that. Like, I have daughters, and I want to know that sign. Like, do I need to fuck them up? Like, what's going on? Like,
you know what?
Like,
regardless, it's really not up to you, because you're gonna do whatever you're gonna do, and try to instill your values and all that good stuff. But they're gonna do their own shit. It doesn't even matter, to be honest, because I did my own shit. I was like, bye.
We have to.
I wish you would. It's a lot of pushback.
Mm.
So just be open-minded.
You're accepting.
If they come to you with shit, cool. Have your 2 cents and call it a day. But
I'm saying like I'm for sure, you guys. I know you got brothers, like whatever. Like you guys have somebody that will step in, and you guys 100%. Still didn't say nothing.
No, and let me tell you. So I just now, not, and I say now, but I'm gonna say a few weeks. Spoke with my dad. We were at a family function. My dad's sitting there. He's real old school, and regardless, his relationship with my mom didn't last. They never got married, but they were together for a minute when they were young. My dad was a player himself, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, my dad still, when it comes to values and principle and morals, like, he's all for it, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, my dad still says to me, your husband failed me. When I gave you to him, he had a role in life. But my dad's speaking on a traditional level.
No, I totally understand.
When the man has to fill in these blanks, you know what I'm saying? Meaning, don't send your wife to a family function with just you and your kid and you not come along.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's the problem. My ex wouldn't engage in those. And that's so important.
Yeah.
Like when you're going out, you don't send your kid and your wife by themselves. You go along, even though you don't want to be there.
Yeah.
You suck it up and you go. He wouldn't go. And that's shit like that where I constantly was always just me, my baby, without him. And it became where my family felt insulted.
Yeah,
like, are we not good enough?
He's alienating himself from the family.
You know, so my dad, my dad told
guys.
me he failed me because when I told him to take care of you, that means not financially, is making sure you get to where you're going and you get home safe. Yeah. And the only way he can assure that is if he's with you at all times and he is absent. And I told my dad, come on, like I'm not a kid. It doesn't matter. You're a lady, you're a mom, you're a woman. At the end of the day, someone can easily pull up on you and your daughter. Absolutely. So that's where my dad was like, you can be as strong as you want, because I am. I'm very streetwise. I wasn't brought up with the gold spoon in my mouth, which I thank God for that, you know, and that's something that is very unique, because I don't have a lot of girlfriends, or I can say, you know, had the same upbringing, but I will tell you, we grew up somewhat hood, but classy.
No, we classy.
I will tell you, like we can survive when shit
They're
fucking
very
gets
professional. Like,
yeah, like
me,
I can adjust if I need to. You
know, what's
yes,
good? You know what I mean?
I can wear a fucking bustier or not take it off, whatever. But at the end of the day, my dad knows, like I'm tough, and I thank God how tough I am, because I did have a brother a year older than me who showed me, like, from day one, like he was my bully from growing up, but he showed me what to stand up for, and when it came to boys, I didn't have a boyfriend until I was a senior in high school, because my brother was fucking like, there's no way in hell, you know, he would not let me know, there was no way. Anyway, but moving forward, my dad, even though I'm 40 now, my dad's still like, no, you're at the end of the day, your husband failed me, not because he cheated, but because he was not present in moments where he should be, which is making sure his wife and daughter get home safe and get to where they're going. You know what I'm saying? Like, a man should always be present with their child and their wife. Yeah. And that's where I understood, like, you know what? I need a man to move mountains with me and be there with me. It's not financially, because we can build that shit together. But that support and that comfort and that protection, I didn't have that. You know, so that's where I would say for me, and I did admit to my ex, like, that's where you failed. You know.
What was his reaction when you told him?
He understood it.
Oh, you took accountability then.
You know, he understood it, and this was not just
most of the times they won't. They're like,
this was not a conversation we had over the table. This was the conversation we had on a long drive back home from Vegas. Like, we had some hours to really talk about it. But this has been an ongoing situation since we were not even married. I remember taking him to a girlfriend's Halloween party. Dude was so just. I forced him to go, which you should never force your man to go anywhere. And I learned that night I was never going to do that, right? We fought the whole way there. We get there. He was rude as fuck. My girlfriend, who I love and adore, was like, I don't like him. This was before we got married. I don't like him. Like, why are you with him? But he worked for me. Like, he helped me in my moment of darkness, not you. So I'm just going to go. Yeah. And I left with my guy. Okay. You know, even though I love my girl and she's again, I have so many girlfriends who I adore. And I don't have a huge selection of friends, but the girls that I do adore and I have in my life are because they're important to me. You know, and this was someone who, when I was in that tragic car accident, her family members were in that car accident with me. So this wasn't just someone I fucking met, you know what I'm saying? So bringing my dude with me, I thought, you know, we can have fun. He was so fucking not approachable. He had his arms crossed. It's just
he made it miserable on purpose.
He was making it uncomfortable. So my girlfriend was like,
that's
I don't like him.
Very
no, but it's not. But just very off. And that's so important, though, is what I'm trying to say. Like, when your dude is with you, like, he should engage and be approachable and enjoy the moment. Don't sour the moment because he wants to, like, make it clear to you, like, he didn't want to come. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't even there for 20 minutes, and we left.
Damn.
And this was before we got married. So, but again, I adjusted and I accepted, and I was hoping that shit would get better. Maybe after we got married, it got worse.
It definitely got worse.
It got worse.
It was one of those times. Remember when you went over to Emilio's?
Yes.
He was just like, he actually engaged.
He loved he loved Emilio.
He was a Emilio. It was an ex, you know, an XX.
Yeah.
You know, and he was there, and my brother loves him. My brother, because that was his boss. Because I got him a job there with us too. He loves him. They're like really tight knit. Like it was cool. Like, you know, but it's on his terms. You know, it's like whether or not he's gonna accept that person on his terms. You can't force it on him. It came naturally, you know, so whatever.
Oh.
Corporate.
Shit. Yeah, corporate. Oh, man. Where's my food, bitch? Hold on, I'm in the middle of something.
It's a long McDonald's trip, right?
This isn't the ex, guys. This isn't the ex-husband. This is somebody else. This is very appreciative of my duties, if you will. Anywho, what were we talking about? Fuck that fool. Fuck my ex-husband. Fuck my ex-husband after my